This might be my last video. We're working on the PocketHost paywall and we're almost ready to deploy it. Here is what it looks like. When you first log in, if you are a unpaid user, which is what gets created now, then you will hit this paywall and you can't proceed past this paywall unless you actually pay. In this video, we got the order created working so that when somebody does use the new product and product variant, it will go into the system and register them as such. We added a new subscription quantity to the users table. And we made a bunch of dashboard updates like this one that says your plan is 1 active instances. So we've really simplified the planning. There's no more pro versus hacker or anything like that. It's just the number of instances that you want up to, as soon as you pay for 5, you just get unlimited instances for free. We also dove right into the database and we hot dogged it right on the server, and we updated all the subscription quantities for free users, premium users, flounders, and founders. So that's what the defaults are now for all of them. But we're not actually enforcing that on the dashboard yet. All right, so let's now dive into the code review. On the server side, we made some changes to the lemon squeezy webhook, and what we did there is pulled in variant name and quantity, and then did some updates here where we added the product IDs and variants for the new product that we're doing. And so now it will process that, and here's the handlers for it. And you can see that it sets if you pay monthly, either pro or per instance, it'll set you on premium, and it'll set the quantity to this or the quantity to 250. So got some hard-coded values in here, and that's okay. We're okay making a mess. And then of course we updated the users table. Like I said, we added that subscription quantity there. Now on the front end, on the dashboard, we made just a few changes here. Basically what I already showed you. There are a couple other changes where instead of this hard-coded max instance counts, we updated it to be the dynamic values from the subscription quantity. We also updated the store a little bit, did some slight refactoring, nothing too fancy in there, and managed to actually eliminate some variables here, so that's nice too. And then in the users table, we added a little bit of a subscription interval there, and subscription interval and quantity to the user fields. And that's it. Those are the updates. So now that you've seen that overview, let's dive into the actual live coding. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go into the PocketHost product here, and I'm going to note that this is the product ID. Now, instead of having different products, I have these variants. And what I noticed about Lemon Squeezy, this is kind of cool, you can copy the variant ID right from there. And so that's handy. So I'm going to go into the code here. Once again, this is on the live server, and we're going to add these new product IDs and variants. So let's do that. Good, so we've got 4 new products and variants, and we've got 4 definitions here. So we'll add those to the filter right here. So they'll be allowed through. And then remember last time we were talking about order created will cover both subscriptions and orders. So when order created is called, subscription sign up finalizer is called, anything else refunded, order refunded, subscription expired, subscription refunded, those are all cancelers. So let's go down here, and we're going to add all the handlers for finalizing a sign up. So if they sign up for a single instance, we give them a premium monthly, right? In fact, I should just real quick here, I should just clarify that this right here is it's instance monthly. This is where you can do 1 to 4 instances, right? So anyway, they do 1 to 4 instances. It's going to do premium monthly, and the quantity that they ordered, that's new here too. We added the quantity in up here, so good to go on that. Now the the other ones, let's see, the other ones, if they order pro monthly, pro annual, or flounder, we're going to default them to 250. This subscription quantity, that came from right over here. I went ahead and added in a subscription quantity so that we could begin tracking that. And again, this is a two-way door. I'm just adding another field to the schema, so it's not going to break anything that exists right now. So I'm actually doing this on the live server. Okay, now we have to jump over to the front end, and we have to make a few adjustments on the front end here. So one of the things we're doing is we are just refactoring this a little bit for clarity. Sometimes I like to assign variable names before I set them. Things get a little unwieldy when they're too nested, so I don't like that. And then down here, I had to add some async stuff because I found out that when you subscribe to a user, you actually don't get their email. I'm not sure if it's still showing here, but when a user store subscription comes in, like this update right here, look at this record. It does not have the email field in it at all. Now, an auth store does. So like up here, auth store props, when an auth store event comes in, see, it has the email, but it doesn't have the email in the real-time subscription. I don't know why that is, and rather than investigate it, I just went here and decided, you know what, I'll just call an auth refresh on anytime I get a subscription event for the user that I'm watching. I'll just do an auth store refresh. That'll trigger another one of those auth store events, and we'll do it that way. So that's what's going on there. And then over here in Pages, I just refactored the plan a little bit. So it doesn't actually say the plan name anymore. It just says how many active instances you have. So 250 active instances, and you can request more, and that just takes you to the support page. So I think that that completes the front end as much as I want to do it. I'm not going to implement the part where I actually limit the number of active instances here. That'll come later. That's less of a two-way door, right? If I implement something where they can only turn on a certain number of instances, I guess I could implement that right now. It's just one of those things that feels like I would need to implement something on the back end that does that check. And once it's doing that check, it's not going to be compatible with the previous version of the dashboard, because it would mean somebody would try to turn on an instance and the backend would like look for a field that look for the subscription quantity and maybe would find that it's 0, and then it wouldn't let them do anything. So I couldn't roll back the front end without also rolling back the back end. And that's that kind of one-way door. It's a little more of a one-way door feeling thing than a two-way door feeling thing. So I want to implement that later. So for now, that means the users will be able to just run as many instances as they want, regardless of how many they've paid for. But that's easy enough to go through and run a check and tap people on the shoulder and be like, hey, you're running 50 instances and you've only paid for one, right? It's not hard to monitor that for a little while. So then the next thing I want to do is take this order created. If you've been following along on the videos, this order created right here, 13 after the hour, this is the one that I placed yesterday or something. I bought a $5 instance, right? And I'm on this 7-day trial thing. So I created this order, and now I want to go through. I see quantity 1, I see the product ID, and I see the variant ID. So I want to push this through and see if it actually updates my user record. And I already heard a Discord alert from it. I went in here, I hit resend. I already heard a Discord alert, and here it is. Someone just purchased Pocket Host. Oh, but it doesn't say the variant name. That's interesting. So let's look at that real quick. I see variant name actually right in there, ID Choppers. So I think I'm going to add that in. I challenge anyone to to find out what ID Choppers is. But okay, here, so we've got variant ID, variant name is what we're looking for, and then variant name right here. And then down here, right under product name, variant ID, we're going to go variant name equals the variant name. And I'm reminded if it's a subscription, it's probably going to be here as well. So I'm gonna add that in. I'm just taking a guess there. In fact, I don't even need to take a guess. I can just go right back to the lemon squeezy object here, and I see that indeed the variant ID and the product name and the product ID and the variant name are all outside that first subscription item. So yeah, I'm right that it can appear there. So anyway, now what should I do though for so we've got the product name, we've got the variant name, and then I think we're going to let's see. I'm going to log all these for debugging purposes. Yeah, so the way this notification works, this LemonBot notification, is it fires the Lemon Order Discord template, which is in here in the message templates, I mean. And so we need to add um, um, variant name like that. Okay, now when we go try this again, I'm getting lost. Yeah, when we go try this again, let's resend. Okay, I just heard the Discord alert, so let's go look for Discord here. And now it says Pocket Host ID Choppers. Yeah, okay. All right, so we've got the Discord notices working, and that also means that when I refresh my user account, I should see premium month one. And that should also be reflected here in the dashboard. I have one active instances. And if I want to request more, that would be something where I would then go into Lemon Squeezy and add more. Now you guys want to see a real tricky move? Okay, here is something. I'm going to skip migrations, okay? And I'm going to go, I'm going to modify the live database straight from SQLite here. Okay, so check this out. We're gonna go update users, set subscription quantity where subscription equals free. So quantity equals 1 where subscription equals free, meaning if you're on a free account right now, I'm going to give you quantity 1 pre-assigned to you, meaning I'll grandfather you in. You can have an instance. There could be users that have more than one active instance, and if I ever implement that whole active instance checking thing, I'll fix that later and just grandfather them in. But for now, I'm just going to set it to quantity 1. So there we go. And now I'm going to set it to quantity 250, where subscription type equals premium. Okay, and then I'm going to set it to 250, where subscription type equals flounder. All right, and then I'm going to set it to that magic number that we talked about earlier, right? So here's that that little max instance counts there. Yeah, so we want, that's the number we want right there, and that's what founders will get. So good. And now we can actually completely remove this max instance count. Yeah, and in fact, we removed a lot more than that because we don't need we don't need the paywall in here anymore. Because I'm going to let people create as many instances as they want, and right now I'm not even going to check it. And in the main area here, we swapped out the hard-coded max instances count for the subscription quantity, so that should be good too. And let's see, active instances. Oh, right, yeah. So it's going to go to support here if you. Oh, well, that's just showing the active instances, right? Yeah, good. This is all good. So at this point, I think we might actually be ready to, or almost ready to, deploy this paywall. I'm going to let it cool just just a little bit, like just a little bit while I play with it a little more, and then I'll do a separate video about deploying the paywall.